Time now for some business and finance news. And for that, I'm joined here on set by Yuka Royer from our business desk. And Yuka, we're starting out with the French car manufacturer Renault. And Carlos Ghosn has secured himself another term there as chief executive.
That's right, Tom, and that's against earlier expectations that he would hand over to a new CEO. Renault's board has backed a new 4-year term for Ghosn after he agreed to a 30% pay cut in line with government demands. The French state owns 15% of Renault. He also named a number 2, Frenchman Thierry Bollore, effectively setting up his succession. Carlos Ghosn took over Renault in 2005 and has been nicknamed Le Cost Killer for his aggressive restructuring at Renault and later at Nissan in the late 90s. The group Renault Nissan Mitsubishi has now become the world's largest car maker. Now, this comes as Renault just announced its financial results for 2017, posting record net profit of 5.1 billion euros.
OK, let's move on now to Japan, where the government has reappointed the head of its central bank.
That's right. His name is Haruhiko Kuroda. He will serve a second 5-year term as Bank of Japan's governor after his current term expires at the end of March. Kuroda's reappointment signals that the Japanese central bank is not in a hurry to dial back its hyper-easy monetary policy. Monetary stimulus is a key element of the Prime Minister's Abenomics policy and has helped Japan attain 8 straight quarters of growth in the longest expansion in 3 decades. 2 new deputies have also been nominated, including a well-known reflationist. Now, meanwhile, Tunisia's parliament has approved the nomination of its new central bank governor. Marouane El Abbassi, a former economist at the World Bank, is taking over from Chedi Ayari, who resigned on Wednesday. The move came a week after the European Parliament put Tunisia on a list of countries believed to pose a risk of money laundering and terrorist financing. The new head says the central bank needs to change its mindset amid allegations of misgovernance. Take a lesson.
The situation is complicated, but it's not hopeless. We can get through this, but we first need to change our mindset. We need to make a 180-degree turn if we are to eventually come up with potential solutions.
OK, let's take a glance now for you at the financial markets on this Friday, the last day of trading of the week.
Well, many Asian markets are closed for the Chinese New Year, including mainland China, Hong Kong and South Korea, as well as Vietnam. Tokyo stocks, though, closed the week in the green, extending gains from Wall Street. As you can see, up almost 1.3%. The US dollar, meanwhile, has dropped to a 3-year low against a basket of other currencies. Now, in the cryptocurrencies market, meanwhile, Bitcoin has made a significant recovery, raising above the $10,000 mark for the first time in 2 weeks. The digital coin went just below $6,000 in early February, as you can see there.
OK, let's turn our attentions now to South Africa, where the economy is also high up the agenda for the country's new president. His name is Cyril Ramaphosa.
Ramaphosa faces challenges with unemployment at over 27%. And an ongoing drought is posing a threat to its agricultural sector, among them vineyards. Water shortages mean the 2018 harvest for wine, now underway, is set to be significantly smaller, but analysts expect high quality for this year's wine. Nicholas Rushworth takes a look at one wine company run by a rare female entrepreneur.
This winery in Stellenbosch near Cape Town produces Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay and a Bordeaux blend. Aslina Wines, founded 14 years ago, is run by South Africa's first black female winemaker, Nsiki Piela.
When you're working with wine, you're basically working with nature. And when that product is finished and the waiting is done and you have to have it in a glass, it's just fulfilling.
She exports her wine to the United States, Germany, Ghana and Taiwan. Her goal is to produce 18,000 bottles this year. She's in an industry where black people only have a 2% share. The regional government says the next step must be black ownership of vineyards.
The big problem is, especially for someone starting out and emerging, and in this case a black woman-owned wine label, is getting constant or guaranteed supply, because it's not, it's a huge investment to actually start a wine label and a wine farm at the same time.
The Aslina label is an award winner. The plan is to take it to more global markets.